Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon, and this is Evil Genius 2. This is also a very tired Falcon, as I'm recording this after doing a Monster Rancher stream, and also just being on general lack of sleep. However, I am okay enough to play Evil Genius 2. I have a feeling I could play Evil Genius 2 on my deathbed, which is, don't worry, a long ways away. Anyway, the deathbed that is not a long ways away is Miss Foxworth and the Parasites, because we are in the middle of taking out all of the super agents. Deep Six is down. Oh gosh. Just realized there were soldiers here. Deep Six is down. Wrecking Bull and Atomic Olga are down. We're working on Foxworth now. We'll deal with all of them. So at the end of the last episode, I decided to try this out. I've expanded the casino over here and included some unmanned slot machines to see if that's going to help us deflect any investigators who come out of the side door. As far as the soldiers go, they just killed one of my valets for no reason, and that's gonna summon everybody. That was actually pretty efficient. There weren't that many people of our people who went down. One valet and maybe a soldier here or there, but that wasn't bad. That was a good test fire. Alright, speaking of test firing, come over here, Max. Where are you at the moment? There you are. Let's fire Midas at Western Hammer and end the Foxworth threat once and for all. Western Hammer is... oh yeah, the UK. Got it. That makes sense.
No match for a stiff upper lip.
I'm glad Foxworth is on her way, because I wanted to do a mission here in this section, but she was here. So instead we'll get her at... well, what? I hate doing the missions where you have to sacrifice people for particles. Screw it. The Steel program is not condoned your attack on their headquarters. They intend to make you pay for it. Yeah, well, that's fine, believe me. They can absolutely try to make that happen. Ooh, lots of money already coming my way, incidentally, through the slot machines. The investigators are here, and the main reason I liked having this area is they were immediately auto-tagged to be distracted. Yeah. I don't know where they got the +4 suspicion already. There may have been a body that we hadn't cleaned up yet. I don't find the need to destroy every single agent or even capture every single agent. Even if they leave with a suspicion of 4, I don't think it's going to cause that many problems for me. It'll only be a problem if they leave with, like, a suspicion of 50. Oh, his suspicion went down! I didn't know that was a thing, so if they work... if a valet catches them, their suspicion goes down?
No wonder Agent Steele prevailed.
Shut up. Yeah, their suspicion goes down a notch. That's awesome! Oh god, what's happening here?
I've sent you an agent working on my secret service. Do show them a good time.
I don't know what exactly popped off, but, well, that's fine. Okay, where's the parasite? Oh, that must have been the parasite that they were attacking. The full might of the Steel program has arrived on your island. A horde of agents await. Kill them all. 6? That's your definition of a horde, Yellow Shirt? You're kidding, right? Well, we'll just wait for them to show up. This isn't going to take very long. See, this is the one I prefer. If I need to get fuel back, I want to spend the money. Because always by the time the end game has come around, I've got more money than I need. And it happens instantly. I don't have to wait for anyone to get on board a helicopter. So I think from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm just never going to do the missions where you have to sacrifice minions in order to get fuel. It's just never worth it to me. So meanwhile, we are once again, we're having one money mission per political region.
Has succeeded.
And the rest will be protected by... ooh, sure. And the rest will be heat-killing missions, and then that way we can sort of get a little bit of an income without upsetting all of the forces of justice. Because we are getting plenty of cash. Ah, here's some more investigators. Okay, and a bunch of people are freaking out. Oh, it's the Steels. I mean, the...
all targets.
Right. So something's going on somewhere.
Your minions are nothing more than targets.
Let's just bring the henches over here.
I have very special needs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the parasites are particularly dangerous, but the number of them might cause a little bit of a problem for us. Of course, Pyro is causing enough of a problem for us by setting half the casino on fire. But,
A loss. But another agent will pick up where that one left
will they?
off.
Will they, Foxworth? What disappeared? Oh, my fire pit. I guess I didn't...
Your henchman is in combat.
I guess I didn't set the fire pit to,
That agent has perished, but there are plenty
to be
more
rebuilt
that
if
they
it got
can-
damaged. Confirm. Finally, this opponent to your plans has been removed. One less obstacle for you to deal with. Cool. Let me get this set to that. And set that to low, because it's already hot enough there. Okay, let's get some cash. Screw you, Foxworth.
And that just about closes the book on John and Jane Steele. It's a lot of bodies, Ms. Foxworth.
Sure is.
You've destroyed my agents, but you'll never capture me. I'll rebuild the Steel program, and when I do...
No, I don't think you will. You fought to preserve and honor the memory of the original John Steele. Against me, you have failed on every single level. I know that, and you certainly do. I don't need to kill you, Ms. Foxworth. Without the Steel program, you are already dead to me. Farewell.
As simple as it is to just execute your enemies, I do have a little bit of, I always like the stories of making your enemy live with their mistakes and failures, because to me that's so much more delicious than just letting them shuffle off this mortal coil to whatever is beyond. If you're going to make someone suffer, you make sure they suffer in health and longevity, because it's so much worse when you can weaponize hope. Had it done to me a few times. Anyway, let's go kill Agent X. Agent X continues to beguile you. Launch a two-pronged assault by pulling off a series of heists to embarrass him, while also taking steps to learn more about the man behind the mask.
I've had time to consider it, and I can now admit, Agent X, I'm impressed with how you outmaneuvered me.
You're a big lumbering machine. You'll never be nimble enough to follow the footsteps of justice.
Whatever that means.
Maybe I could be if I had the right talent in my ranks working for me.
If you think I'll join you, you've got another thing coming. I only fight for truth and freedom.
Perhaps. But I have no doubt that very soon you will also have good reason to fight for your life.
Eliminating Agent X will also give us one more piece of loot, which is, if you recall, the overall objective to what I am doing in this run. And if we go to the stat screen real quick, we are missing only 3 pieces of loot, one of which is in Patriot. We'll get that once we finish off X for good. For now, we just need to embarrass him, which is fine. I like embarrassing Agent X. This is a small adjustment, but I think if I change this corridor, or this section of the room to corridor, and we'll use a normal door instead of a casino door, I'm wondering if that'll help me control the situation better, because what that will do is the second
Your scientists have discovered something.
the second any agent actually gets out of this section, like if they get past the bookmaker, they'll be escorted back. I'm wondering if that's going to make things a bit better. Just, I don't want them to get past this door if I can help it before they're... Yeah, exactly. What happened just here with this valet grabbing this investigator and bringing him back, and even moving him this deep into the casino. That's what I want to see more of. I'm very curious about going back to the first stage. The first stage I've done for the run, where you must enter the island. Like, there is no side entrance from the island. To see if I can better defend it. Like, if I make that entire floor a casino, if we could use that as a distraction technique. Wouldn't work on soldiers, but hopefully it would work on everyone else. Alright, X, I've lured you to the base. Where are you? Ah, there you are. You're up in my lab. Okay, well, let's just end your ass.
In the lair. Kill them.
And we can sell you... I didn't see where X was.
Since when must the boss?
I mean, X himself, but his buddies are here, so they've got to be around here somewhere.
I look forward to the fireworks when I finally bring you down for good.
I have no idea where he was. I didn't hear him say a single line, and I couldn't hear where there were gunshots, but it's fine. He's down now.
You know, I brought you here because I read a bit about a journalist named Sam Hill who knew too much. I may have been interested in helping you, Mr. Hill, if you'd shown up with a more open mind.
Forget it. You're an enemy of freedom. You hate truth. And the apple pie at your hotel is subpar at best. You see these shotguns? I named them Truth and Justice.
That's
so
one of my favorite
I guess
lines.
you could say I'm sticking to my guns.
And that one is just some ridiculous, so a ridiculous dad joke. Also, he says that, but he never actually uses a shotgun, as far as I'm aware, while in combat. So that's just silly.
Too bad. But I imagine if you want to fight for your country, you'll have no problem dying for it too.
All right. That's that part done. Manifest Entropy. Agent X has stepped up his campaign to undo your operations. Stymie his efforts and endure them as long enough for you to turn the tables on him.
Do you know what makes Patriot great? It's united. And that unity gives it the strength to withstand anything.
Ah, yes, the United States of Canada and Greenland.
That's why it's the greatest nation in the entire world. And no others come close.
It sounds like a lovely place to live. I'll keep that in mind when I take it over someday.
I know why someone like you scoffs at the idea of being in a more perfect union. You're only out for yourself. But with what I've got planned for you, trust me, you're gonna wish you had someone at your back.
Sure. Well, you bring it, buddy. What do I need to do? Frustrate him on the world stage. That sounds like fun. Well, so far this is working out. We've got one investigator who's been dismissed because of a lack of resolve. We have another investigator who's still around. He's got almost no resolve, but he has no skill. And I believe putting on the disguise is a skill move. So he can't even disguise himself anymore. He only has 2 suspicion, so he's not going to be around much longer. Ah, my counter agents are all over him. Yeah, 0 suspicion now and only 14 resolve. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get much accomplished here. That's because we're running a legitimate casino with no other complications or secrets. So my task is to kill hard-boiled investigators. The 5 of them have shown up, but they're immediately taking resolve hits because they're poor. I'm curious if they will leave once they get to resolve 0 and if that will count, but I kind of assume this is going to break down into a firefight in the middle of my casino. Ah, the suspicion is because of the gold statues. I was wondering how they were gaining suspicion. But this one just took a picture of the gold valet who's here. By the way, see how everyone's freaking out? There's a bunch of Patriot soldiers over here, one of whom has a rocket launcher. So things will pop off. I'm just hoping to see if any of the hard-boiled agents can hit 0 resolve first. Oh, I think it'll happen here. Yep, she hit 0 resolve, and she's still here. Ah, figures. Okay, well, let's bring the henches.
Pyro on patrol.
We're gonna bring the henches over here. Cool. Okay, and now what we do is we change the security zone to a kill zone, And then we turn on red alert and let whatever happens happen. Also, this seems like it'll be a good time for a mid-roll ad. So once everyone is dead, I guess we'll continue. In the meantime, enjoy these capitalism promotions. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, this is unusual. Also, welcome back. But Agent X is here in the lair, but he came in through the side entrance and he was tagged for distraction, and it's actually working. It says because he's a super agent, he'll resist distraction, but he's not fully resisting it. His resolve's dropped, and it ticks up occasionally, but it is taking some shots. I don't know where his friends are. He didn't seem to show up with any, he didn't seem to show up with any investigators this time. They might be in the base somewhere, but if they are, they'll be flagged to die pretty quickly. Oh, that's nice. Well, at least I saw you do that.
A small fire has started in your rear.
Oh, and here we go.
Fires are almost under control.
Yep, there we go. Now X has been ganked, and he's not getting away from that. How'd that work out for you, X?
Democracy dies in darkness, but it's not nighttime yet.
Sure.
What's wrong, Agent X? No more grandstanding about truth and justice from the star-spangled planner.
You think I don't know? You think I don't know half the time I sound like a joke? You think I chose all this?
See, this is the only interesting bit of the super agents, and I really wish they would have explored that storyline more. If you all know of like a self-hating superhero story or anything like that, please let me know. There was one that Will Smith did, a movie many, many years ago. I want to say its title is Hancock? And I found that fascinating too. Just the idea of these people who have been given their superpowers and all this responsibility, and they don't want it, but that's a major part of the story arc that always fascinates me. Because every superhero has that. I mean, even Spider-Man, the milquetoast Spider-Man, has his moments of, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. All I do is get everyone dead, and I wish I was a normal teenage boy. But then he gets over it, and he gets back to punching Mephisto in the face, or whatever his name is. Mysterio? Doc Ock? I don't know anything about Spider-Man. Anyway, you know, that storyline doesn't stay there very long. So any storyline where that's part of the arc, I want to experience that story.
I assumed that any man who parades around as you do would have to have chosen it himself.
Well, Agent X was Patriot's game, not mine. You know, I didn't always wear this getup and spout this stuff. But now you get the man, not the mask. Agent X started this fight, but Sam Hill will finish it.
Yeah, again, you can try. X-Agent has decided now is the time for a final reckoning with you. That's a typo, and you couldn't agree more. Exploit your knowledge of his past to lure him into a confrontation he can't escape.
Agent X, this is a surprise. Our last conversation left me with the idea we had nothing else to talk about.
Before I bring you down, I just have to know. I need to understand. How can you live in a world with no truth?
You have the ear of the most dangerous, cunning person in the whole world, and that's what you want to ask me?
It was Mark Twain who said, "Truth is mighty and will prevail."
Huh, well, let me quote him as well then, Agent X. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it.
Alright.
Optional objective.
It killed me the first time I played this game because I was not impressed with any of the super agents at all. None of them. They were all kinda, sorta, like, yeah, they existed, and they were cartoonish, and that's, you know, whatever. But it wasn't until this storyline with X and how he's just a little lost that I was like, wow, you are actually kind of interesting. Where do I have to go for this? Wait a minute. Oh, there it is, up in Greenland. I always forget about Greenland. Oh, gosh. I need Criminal Network 4. That's going to take me a moment. We're at the finale of Agent X's storyline, so now I have to shoot Midas at Eastern Patriot. And then probably drag him by the ear until he is in my base. Luckily, we have a laser disco ready to go, which will kill him, because Evil Genius 2 is less imaginative than Evil Genius 1. I don't recall ever noticing before that the Evil Genius can taunt the super agent in the cell, but apparently I can.
Are you enjoying your time as my guest?
Are you enjoying your time as my guest? And Max is kind of freaking out a little bit. That's a great evil laugh, man. Alright, X. Now you get to dance your last dance. This time, literally. When I usually talk about dancing with the super agents, it's more manipulating you on the world stage, but this works too. You know, as dumb as this is, and as little sense as it makes, I really want that disco light. That'd be a great background light for the show the next time I use Facecam. Why are you still dancing when there's no music and no lights? The hell's wrong with you, X? Okay. Okay.
An interrogation has succeeded.
God, you suck. I got 10 intel out of you. Too bad I'm already capped. It's a hell of a death noise.
You quoted Mark Twain to me, Agent X. Truth is mighty and will prevail. Do you know the rest of that quote?
Just kill me already, will you? You've already won.
Twain goes on to say, there is nothing the matter with this, except that it ain't so. Isn't that something? You asked me how I can live in a world with no truth. I'll tell you now. When you have power, the truth is what you say it is. That's the world I'm building. But worry not, Agent X. You won't have to live in it.
The irony that I love in this game is that even though the evil genius talks about that thing that he just talked about, we've been a bit more honest than a lot of these super agents. We're conniving, we go criming, but we are more honest than frickin' X with his planted evidence. Roswell That Ends Well. Area 51, the legendary Air Force Base, is rumored to harbor powerful alien technology that you could use to augment your evil schemes. Find it and clean it out.
You previously served in the American Air Force, didn't you? What do you know of Area 51?
I did, but it was always above my pay grade to know much about it, other than the fact that it exists.
Well, I'm paying you a good deal more now, so it's time for you to learn.
Learn what?
Where it is, what kinds of alien technology are being kept there, and how you're going to bring it all to me.
Wow. Let's go get some aliens. I looked at the wiki, so while we are doing this, one of the pieces of loot opens when you have 40 technicians. I thought I had 40 set, but apparently not. So I'm going to bump those numbers up to 40, and it's going to take a minute for them to get all trained. Holy crap, lots of scientists are needed here. So I'm going to get our boy up here, trying to try to help out.
Get to work.
And we'll use his quick training to make this a little faster.
A scheme has succeeded.
We've raided Area 51, and now a new loot item is secure in our lair. With no cutscene, but we did unlock Twinkle Twinkle Little Tsar, since I have 40 technicians. Your Doomsday device is a marvel of engineering, but it requires a lot of power. You need a higher output source, like, say, the secret Tsar bomb. You know Hammer has been working on one.
Side story begun.
No cutscene there either. Build capacities in the layer, capacitors in the layer. That's fine. We could use some more anyway.
These power outages have made life here unbearable.
I can't even get this cursed machine to heat up my tea.
We're already operating at full capacity. The only solution is to scale back our operations and cycle our...
Or we could find a new source with a higher output. Perhaps the Tsar project we know Hammer's working on.
No way, boss. That bomb is volatile. Strapping it directly to a power grid, it's madness.
Ah, so you've chosen to disagree with me then. How about we discuss this further?
Execute a scientist in the lair. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Task complete.
A few hammer rogues came in to try to stop me from building a bomb in my basement, but they did not succeed. So that's that. The final piece of loot is grabbed after we recruit Clara Jones, and she's right there. It seems the obelisk base Clara Jones stole was a clever fake. Carl Cafford and his forgeries are making it hard to tell whether any loot is real. You and Clara can defeat the forger together.
Side story begun.
No cutscene, but we have to go to the world stage. Clara Jones tells you Carl Cafford tends to move around to stay one step ahead of his clients. Use her contacts to find him. Just sounds like a few simple missions I need to run. Hopefully they are in areas where we don't have to worry about super agents. So, yep, right there. That's the first one. Thanks to running a mission on the world stage, we now have Carl Cafford prisoner. So we have to interrogate him, and I believe that will get Clara Jones on our side. I'm pretty sure I recruited her when I did the Emma run, but I don't remember any of this. I'm trying to remember why. I think I did something with Polar's run?
Another cockroach crushed. The art world can be ruthless.
Where I just didn't care about getting most of the henches.
That should keep him away from the art world, and he revealed where he hid the obelisk base.
Now, all we need is to get it and bring it here.
We? Does this mean you are on my team?
I'll put my cards on the table. On my own, I can never collect everything. And I'm running out of shelves.
We could have something real.
What a weird final sentence he said. Okay, so I need to go... here it... Nope, here it is. Let's do the heat kill there, since I don't know if we'd be able to get enough people there quick enough, but there we go. And soon, we will have the obelisk.
Your scientists have discovered something.
Oh, I guess that's it? That is it. A rival becomes an asset in your plans. Good result for all, mostly me.
We did it. It's beautiful.
I did it, you mean?
What about the minions?
I did it.
Fine, I admit it. You know what you're doing. I look forward to working with you.
For me.
Fine.
You know what? I've had enough of your sass. Yeah, hold on. Come here. No, not you, Pyro. Come here, Clara. Clara.
Yes.
Yeah.
About time.
A henchman
she-
has died.
Is she dabbing? Why are you dabbing? Okay, that's fine. You know what? Let's, just to insult you, I won't sell you, however, we're going to put Clara, who wanted to collect everything, facing, you know what, pointing to King Solomon's mines. Yeah, that seems oddly appropriate. Alright, so that's going to do it for today. We are out of time for this episode. In the next one, we will get the final piece of loot to hopefully pop the final achievement. Then we're going to wipe out the super agents, and then we will be in the end game. We'll be ready to... Where's the notification for the... Oh, that's driving me a little batty. I don't know where the notification... Oh, there it is. A henchman. Oh, I guess I should, you know, build the friggin' obelisk. Never mind, the obelisk is not a buildable thing. That's weird. Alright, well, you know what? This is fine. I think this is precisely how this needed to end. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.